Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla battling video, and today we're going over Kong as a leader in Godzilla Battleline. Now, I know what you're thinking, Melee. Haven't we been here before? Haven't we done a Kong leader video? The answer is no. We have not made a video, at least that I searched on my channel that I remember making. We haven't made a video dedicated specifically to Kong being a leader. We've done him obviously in leader tier lists. I have a deck guide for Kong and I'll put that somewhere in the video, and it still probably holds up pretty well because the meta doesn't really change too much, but I think if you're not brain dead, you can make proper substitutions where they need to be, but I think that video still probably holds a lot of weight. And a lot of people are getting Kong for the first time, right? This month is the first month that G21 and Kong are back into the game, that they're just accessible for everyone, and Mechagodzilla 21 came with them. So we did a video for Mechagodzilla as a leader. We did a deck for regular Godzilla as a leader, Godzilla 21. Now we got Kong. Complete the trifecta. We haven't done a Kong specific leader video. We've done videos about Kong as a leader in decks and on tier lists, but not one dedicated to him. And I think he's a great leader. So let's jump right into it. And I don't really think it takes a lot to figure out what makes Kong so great. It's his ability, right? Earthbreak, energy cost 1, cooldown 90 seconds. Very, 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 very good. For 1 energy and a minute and a half cooldown, this ability can be used several times throughout a match. Deals 300 damage in a fan cycler. That's just a typo that's been there forever. It means in a circle. And increased damage dealt by allied units with an energy cost of 6+ on the battlefield by 20% for 15 seconds. Amazing ability. You may be wondering, Melee, doesn't G89 boost characters at 5 energy cost or more by 50%? Yes. What makes Kong better is that this is also a typo. It is not affecting 6+ units or higher. It is currently and always has affected units at 4 cost or higher. Any unit in the game, I guess aside from the effects, that is 4 energy or higher will get the benefit of 20% damage boost from Kong. Goated ability. This is really good. We already are a big fan of the G89 ability that increases damage to all units at 5 energy or higher. That's great. Or maybe it's 6 energy or higher. No, it's 5. It's 5. Kong does it for way more units. So Anguirus can get Kong's buff. Gigan Final Wars can get Kong's buff. Batra Larva can get Kong's buff. Hedorah can get Kong's buff. Naranga's a 5 or is it 4? I don't remember. Naranga can get it. I think Naranga can get the other one too. Doesn't matter. But what matters is there is a wider variety of characters that can get Kong's buff over G89's buff. Overall, I think G89's buff is better because, you know, the units that it's affecting to such a large degree of a 50% boost are also like a lot of meta-relevant units. Batra, Fyrodan, Mothra Leo, Ultraman, a 4th Angel, stuff like that. But Kong also affects them too, just not as to a large degree. So you can really build any deck and make Kong the leader and succeed with this leader ability. You can reliably use this leader ability. That's what makes Kong such a good leader. So basically just throw whatever you want in a deck, right? Use Kong as a leader and have fun. Just hit that ability whenever you're in a big team fight and get 20% damage boost. If the other enemy leader is a G89 leader and, you know, they have a, you know, just the Burning Godzilla on the field, let's say, and then a bunch of lower costs like Anguirus and stuff like that, if they use the G89's ability, only the 5 costs and higher are going to get the 50% damage boost, as opposed to your units where you can make it so all of your units get the damage boost. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good ability. I always say that the best abilities are ones that cover the most broad range of characters to provide players with the most deck building opportunities, right? So unlike G21 and Destroy that only affect close range units and that makes them okay leaders because the units that they affect aren't overly great, this makes Kong one of the better leaders in the game because he's not held back by a range type or anything like that. He's held back by energy type. Thankfully, 4 energy is pretty low. Most characters are 4 energy or higher, right? There's not a lot lower than 4 energy. So Kong pretty much affects everything in the game, just about. And with that 20% damage boost, that's a lot more than you think. That's only a 10% boost less than Batra. And Batra's boost is significant enough to be meta-relevant. This is not a meta-relevant leader or at least it hasn't been for a long time, but it's never been a bad leader. It's always been a good option. I myself currently rock the 500 Kong wins icon. It's not a bad option. If you want to use a Monsterverse character on your team, but you're not really happy with G21 or Mechagodzilla, make Kong your leader. Really good ability. His leader's alright, like his attack is like AoE or whatever. It's alright, but the ability is really good. It's a 1.5-minute cooldown. You can use it, 3, maybe 4 times a match? That's really, really good. And it only costs 1, so you're not breaking your back to use it like G21 or Mechagodzilla, where it's 4 energy used for like an okay ability. This is really good. 1 cost for a 1.5-minute cooldown, and it virtually buffs everything in the game. While Kong may not be a meta leader, I think he's one of the closest things to a meta leader that you could get out of the out of the leaders in the game. I think personally, Kiryu, the EVA Unit 1, and G89 are the best leaders. Very, 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 very strong argument for Kong to be up there with them as well, just because of how versatile he can be and how many teams you can put him in. He's not really held back to the same limitations that a lot of the leaders are in this game. He really is a super effective piece in any deck that you really want to make. So that's where I stand on Kong leader. I like him a lot. He's got my seal of approval. I think he's one of the better leaders in the game. A lot of people are getting him for the first time now. I highly recommend you at least check him out. He could be a really good option, especially if you want to use G89 on the field, but you don't want to use Gigan as your leader, or your Gigan is a little too low. Make Kong your leader and give that G89 a 20% damage boost. That's pretty scary. So that's it. That's the video. I like Kong. I like the monkey. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.